Yo, did my intro cut out? Did the music in the intro cut out?
Still going.
What the world? I thought the music cut out. Like right when your part went on, right before it came on, I thought the music cut out. It might have been on my end. Somebody need to let me know. But I thought the
we
music cut
good.
out. What the world, man? Hold on. Let me get this out right now before I go any further. Anything that comes from unpopular celebrities, all unofficial, is done in the capacity of Pete and Big Mike. Nothing, not as military members. None of the views of any of our guests have anything to do with the United States Air Force or the DOD as a whole. All right, good. Got that out the way early. What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
Yo, I would appreciate if you insert Dell and my name in there because we're in the same boat. So they're gonna. I don't want them to think just Big Mike and Pete.
Right.
That's us
Yeah.
too. You know,
Yeah, I gotta change that. You absolutely right.
You're
absolutely right.
Gonna get us convicted.
Yeah,
what up?
I'm
Yeah.
trying to help your DD-214s come through properly, man. Trying to make sure you're good. But what's good with y'all, man? Saturday afternoon, another
Right.
day. What y'all up to?
Just chilling over here, drinking on this caffeine. You know, baby here, so I'm just around the clock, just trying to stay up.
Man,
Yeah,
what's fun? Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I'm sipping on this ginger ale. You know, because it's too early to drink on something else. You know,
Ginger rail.
in Philly we say ginger ale. Ginger ale.
Yo, how fatherhood going, man? Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah,
We
congrats.
officially say this.
Oh,
Yeah.
appreciate it. Yeah, it's going good. She's 8 days old now, so we're trying to get her on this routine. You know, we went the breastfeeding route, so that's going good. Save money on that formula
Good
because I seen
formula.
I walked past the aisle. I'm like, Jesus Christ, $30, you know, a little box. I'm like, yeah. So as long as she's pumping the breastfeeding, we're good. You know, we're still getting gifts coming in. So whoever's watching, the part of the family that I know that I sent the link to, you know, if y'all sent something, I appreciate it. Unpopular celebrities, they sent something too. Little
sir.
gym, a little play in the
Yeah.
gym and all that stuff. So she's not at that point yet, but I'm gonna get her in that gym as soon as she's able to crawl.
Yeah, that's what's up. Hey, Philly Council, what kind of advice can you give for young Landell for the first kid?
Yo, it's funny. I was talking to some other dude last night at the chief recognition ceremony. You know, there's a commercial where you had your first kid, you drop the pacifier on the ground, you sanitize it, clean it. The second one, you just pop it in the mouth.
Right.
Just you know, I mean, in the end, it's like everything's gonna feel like you want to do everything right. You're not. You're gonna make
Right.
mistakes and stuff like that, and just take lots of pictures and videos.
Oh yeah,
Lots
yeah.
of pictures and videos. I wish we had that stuff back in the day when I had my first two kids. So, but yeah, congrats, bro. That's good stuff.
Appreciate y'all.
How long is it before you stop counting how many days old the baby is, and we start going and concentrating on months and years?
All right, yeah.
You talk about 8 days old. I'm like, I thought by this time you would stop counting. You stop counting.
Yeah, we had our little week anniversary, I guess. You know, the wife has brought it up. So yeah,
okay.
I don't know. I guess it after once it hits a month, you know, you just start counting the months. But
look, let me let you know this: Pete don't babysit until they can talk, walk, and understand. There's 3 things they need to do.
Bruh,
We need
first of all,
clear
you
lines
should
of
be babysitting
communication.
Nobody. You should be
What you
babysitting
mean?
nobody.
You will be the last person I call.
I'm good. Uncle
What makes
Pete
you think you're gonna be number one?
No, I didn't think. First of all, I was hoping I was number 1, but if I was down on the list somewhere, I just need to let you know it probably like 2-3 years old until they come, and they can't play my video games. I ain't got 2 controllers. I only got 1. They can play with the broke controller and make it feel like they playing while they watching me play.
You still got that PS2 over there, man.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be disrespectful.
Bro, I
to the
know
game.
you only got like 1 video game. That's it.
Yeah.
1. That's it.
That's it. How many you need? You can only play 1 at a time.
Terrible, bro. And you're trash at it too, so it don't matter.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Hey, this is not my real time anymore. This is just a playtime, pastime. Yo, talking about sports, man. We're gonna get into a lot about sports. If you guys got anything in the comments, man, I see a lot of people in here. Just go ahead and chime in, see what we can do or add to the conversation. Dale, you went with me to go to the Phoenix game when KD was supposed to play. And he even warmed up Tell me your feelings, because I already kind of expressed mine on the last one. Your feelings when we went there.
Man. So yeah. So we bought the tickets off impulse. Like, oh, Katie's first home game. Let's go. So I just got home, changed, and we left. And yep, he sure enough was warming up, and then they go back, and then they announced the players. And soon me and Pete were looking at each other. Hey, why KD ain't like running out? So we looking, and then I happened to glance at the person in front of me. He had his phone up, and he had Twitter, and he refreshed it. And I'm being nosy because he's right in front of me. And I glanced, and it shows an injury that he did while warming up. We didn't know about it at the time. Right. We just thought he was I don't know, using the bathroom or something, just taking forever to come out. And then They got officially announced like literally 2 minutes before the tip that he was out. I was like, Jesus, man. Like, I don't think I'm gonna go to a game this season just because of that. I was pretty 38 hot. I'm like, oh my gosh. The one game that I go to this season and that happens.
Yo, Philly Council, let me tell you, he ain't described. This dude was pissed.
Yo, was this the game when Durant was doing warm-ups and he made that move to what the duck is that, bro? Yo, how much money does dude make? You do one little play and the dude is just out, man. What's the deal with that?
The bad part, it was pre-warm-ups.
Did he have those old sign special J's on or something? That's probably
we didn't get to see him. We didn't get to see him at all. Like, shoot, we didn't see none of them.
Yeah. The crazy thing is we had an old coworker that was there, and he said that he saw him warming up and signing people's shoes and jerseys. So we're like, oh, cool, we good. We're about to see him. And then literally when we got to our seats, nope. It took that fast.
You saw him on ESPN, I guess.
Yeah, it wasn't for Booker going off, man. I would have been super hot, but at least Booker went off, man. That boy went nutso. But
do y'all think like the old school players are more durable than the current gen players?
That's a good question.
So
one thing I'll say, one thing I'll say, the game is different. We're just talking about basketball, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the game is different. It's a lot faster pace than before. It was a lot slower pace. But I think they play more games, not as far as numbers, but like back-to-backs and stuff like that. Their travel arrangements weren't as good as they are now. Like, I'm sure they were flying private, but not like now. Like, it's a lot different. Of course, the technology as far as healing and recovery is a lot different. A lot more stuff out there. So I will say they're more durable. I would go out on a limb and say they were a lot more durable. And plus, they used to bang. They used to bang. No, a lot more durable back then. Yeah, they used to bang. Yeah.
I just think they just wanted to play more. It wasn't really about the money. Like right now, it's more of a business. So back then, like they were playing because they loved the game of basketball. They wanted to play. Load management wasn't even thought about. And as soon as someone feels a tweak or whatever, they're going to take full advantage of being off a day or two because they're playing against the Detroit Pistons. And, my team can quote unquote beat them. So they're not even going to show up. But back then it was like they took pride in every single game and you were able to see them play. That's my thoughts on it.
Yo, do y'all think it's funny you said that, Del, when you talk about like now it's not more about loyalty, maybe money and business and stuff. Like, what would y'all say if Kobe left the Lakers before he won a title with Gasol and Bynum? Would that would have changed his the way he's perceived now? Because most stars leave, with the exception like Damian Lillard. So what are y'all thoughts on that one?
I'm not about the super teams at all. I'm in between. I'm not about the super teams like LeBron. I'm even the Celtics. The Celtics with KG and Ray Allen and they got Rondo and Paul Pierce. Even that was a little borderline suspect. The LeBron joint is just asinine. And then you got Dame Lillard. Who is just way too far off. Like, I'm not leaving. So I think I'm somewhere in between. I would have been upset if Kobe would have left. I really, really would. But I'll just leave it at that. I would have been upset.
Yeah, I even seen a podcast with him and JJ Redick saying like how he, like the way he appreciates the game, he doesn't think he'd leave Portland. So I don't think Kobe would have left just because that mama mentality. I don't think he would have. I think he would have kept it to where he just needs players that can help him build a championship. He doesn't need to make super teams. He made average players good, so better. So I don't think Kobe would have ever left, to be honest. I think he would have just retired a Laker, or he probably would have went back to Philly because that's where he's from. Maybe he would have did something like that.
Yeah, he should have went to Philly.
Yeah, that was the original. That was the original plan, the original team. But yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
Wait, let me ask you your same question. You think players are more durable now? Or back then?
No, man. Back then, man, like you think Durant would have been able to handle Jordan rules? Like
no, so that's a great point. No way in hell could he handle the Detroit Pistons back there beating up on them. Like, no way.
Getting them elbows.
Yeah. And I think that's the other thing. Like, players cry about fouls so like if I hear one more player scream when they go to the hole, like they got karate chopped in the neck. Like, calm down. Like, if you get hit for real, okay, cool. But man, I'm telling you, like, even in pickup basketball, when you go to the hole, people like, hey, like, come on,
it's getting outrageous, man. Yeah, they're selling that flop so hard now. It's like you don't even appreciate like people going to the rack now because of the manipulation that they can do for the refs to see is crazy.
Bro, the worst you gotta admit, the worst is LeBron, bro. You see that foul when he got fouled in the Boston game?
Oh, but he got fouled. Wait. But he got fouled.
But you don't call that. Just like you don't call the call in the Super Bowl when our guy
No.
Okay.
No. Stop there.
And no, Pete can't ball. Pete cannot ball.
First of all, Pete can ball. Pete can ball. Dale.
Yeah, you good for a solid 7 points.
My man. All right. Anyway, he forgot a 1. But anyway,
1 rebound.
No. 17 or 71 points is whichever one.
Dale, did he ever tell you about the time when he shot the ball? He gave the ball to the wrong dude. And
don't worry about it. That was so long ago. Yo, you know how, look, I'll make this story quick. You know how you about to inbound the ball and the other players like right here? And hey, he got me good. He got me good, man.
That's the oldest trick in the book, man.
He got me good, man. I was pissed. Man, I was pissed. But so a foul is a foul. When you get hit in the very first play of the game, like LeBron got hit in the last play of the game, that's a foul. I'm not a LeBron fan at all.
But that's crazy over there.
Man, he went a little bit like I don't know why he didn't get a tech. Like he went a little bit too berserk. I don't know how he didn't get a tech, but Pat Bev did. But Pat Bev went to go get the cameraman. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
He brought the camera on the court. That was hilarious. But yeah, I mean, I can't stand LeBron. Like,
dang, man.
Hey,
I know.
Hey, Nicole said you sound like, hey, 100% LeBron hater. Now, I respect his game. I respect what the man has done. I respect his game. But how he got there, definitely not a fan at all. Definitely not a fan of this dude at all.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
As a Kobe fan, it's kind of hard to be a LeBron fan at the same time.
Two totally different mentalities.
Right.
The way they're looking at the game,
Yeah, and trying to compare them, it's like you compare apples to oranges, but it's like it's apples to oranges. You can't really compare both of them. And I will always be a Kobe fan before a LeBron fan. Doesn't mean I don't respect them, but I will. Hey, before we get off this NBA and Philly Council, I'm gonna come to you. And you got a lot of people chiming in on you. I don't appreciate that. This is a whole sport team. This is a whole team. Like, say hello to the team. I'm just joking. But what you think about the Ja Morant situation?
Yo, but before I do that, before I forget, I'd be remiss if I did mention the best NBA player currently right now, my man Joel the Process Embiid, who's going to finally win the MVP over Jokic. He was robbed last year.
Yeah, he should. I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, he was robbed last year. That's right. That's right.
Let me give Jalen Williams some credit. KD is 34. You're right. You know what? You're right. A young KD. I don't know about cook the Pistons, but definitely could do better than what he does now. So I give you credit.
Some problems.
I'll give you credit. Nicole said it's all about the Chief. It's all about unpopular celebrities, and Chief's just part of it. All right, let me hear. Okay, let me hear what you got to say about Ja.
So Ja Morant, that's very unfortunate, man. I think my personal feelings is like when folks, you know how many folks dream of being a professional sports player, and it's clear to see like your talent doesn't mean that you're able to navigate the waters of being in an environment like that where you're making a bunch of money and you still don't want to leave like your old surroundings behind. And it's unfortunate that he put himself in that position because, I mean, this dude, it's just like Charles Barkley said, man, like you think you're not, what was the term he said? Something to the effect of people look up to him, kids look up to him and things of that nature. And to be in the club, to have a weapon like that, I mean, look at Plaxico when he did it. I
forgot all about Plaxico.
And then, you know what I mean? And it hurt his whole team. You know, it hurt his whole team, man. Like Memphis was rolling, man, until that happened, man. And Ja, I would argue Ja was like considered next gen NBA stars. When people think about LeBron retiring and things of that nature, I mean, the NBA is in good hands to have a superstar like Ja Morant, but then to have something like this, yeah, it's very unfortunate.
What you got, Dale?
Yeah, same thing. Not wanting to leave the old lifestyle. Him traveling, quote unquote, with the gun. He said it wasn't his, but he is 23. He was. I think he was thinking more, selfishly, not thinking about the impact, the ripple effect of what he did at the moment until after the fact. He said he's checked into, mental health, trying to work on his mental health about it, and I guess he got breathing techniques and all kind of stuff that rehabilitate. A lot of times things happen with people, and we hold them too far back where we don't let them, better themselves. So this is a one-time occurrence. Like, well, it happened. Well, that in the thing where he supposedly beat like a 17-year-old or whatever, beat up. But I still haven't seen that video. But I think we can move past it. What he did was stupid. We all agree. And then he takes his 8-game suspension, comes back, and hopefully it's not too detrimental on where they stack for the playoffs because they only have a few more games left, and then it's playoff time. So
I say what's going to kill him is one, if he comes back and he's not I don't see him falling off because he's so young. So if the team starts falling off, they go on like a 3-game losing streak when he comes back. Oh man, like he ain't going to outlive it. The other thing, and quick side note, this is why I do give respect to LeBron, because LeBron is probably the biggest superstar ever who has never gotten any kind of conflict off the court at all. Nothing at all. No infidelities, no kind of drinking and driving, no nothing.
Right.
Like I can't remember one thing that LeBron has had off the court that has put him in a bad spot. And to be that famous, it has to be difficult. I understand. I don't understand, but I can understand how difficult it could be. What I don't understand is this is not the first incident. Like he had the joint with his mom where he said he's trying to help her out at the mall, had the joint with his sister at the volleyball game. And then he had this joint, which to me is not horrible, but at the same time, you sitting there and I don't know where the security guards were at the club, supposed to pat people down before you get in there, and why they would let that into the club, regardless what your name is. So that's fault number one. Number two is like, I get you're trying to reach out to the young people. I don't know why that young people, but young people. And so you're trying to show out that you can get away with stuff, which is pretty crazy. But I think, like you said, we'll move past it. I think it's going to be a real test of who he is. And I know he says he's going to change, but that's all PR nonsense. I mean, once the cloud fades away, it'll show who he truly is. And it'll be really hard. If that's who you truly are, to go back and not think about mistakes, right? If that's who you truly are, then you won't even think about it. You just be like, it's not like I have to be like, well, I can't bring a gun in here because last time I did, I got an 8-game suspension. You know what I'm saying? It just won't be you. And hopefully he gets new people around him and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. I want to transition real quick and go into football. Okay. And I know we got free agency. So first of all, I want to make sure Philly Council is okay to talk about football. Because I know you're
we NFC champs, man. I'm good, man.
I know y'all get happy off of NFC champs titles, but you know, I want to make sure you're okay. Like you're over the fact that y'all got blasted.
First of all,
so I want to make sure you're okay. Make sure you're all right.
First of all, we didn't get blasted. All right, we just got out coached. That's it. Just let it be known we got out coached. You know what I mean? Yeah. We should have won that game, but we got out coached. But anyway. Secondly, all these free agents that we lost, everybody's talking about Jason Hargrave and stuff.
Michael's
not worried about.
What about Sanders?
That dude.
What about Sanders?
Yo, let me explain. All right. First of all, we love Miles Sanders in Philly, but he was getting up there in age, and everybody knows we cannot punch the hole. When we won the Super Bowl back in 2017, we had something like that. Whatever. Yeah. From Miami, he punched the hole, right?
Yep.
That's what we need. So that's why we let Miles go. As for Hargrave, he was a byproduct of Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, Hassan Reddick. He was just part of the team. So 49ers paid all that money, which is foul that he went to the Niners. We don't need that bum anyway. We're good. We know we'll move on. Now everybody was talking trash when they thought we was gonna lose Big Play Slade. Big Play Slade knew the deal. That's why he came back. Now we got old boy from the Browns. I forgot his name. So we're good, man. We're good. Plus we got that dude from the Seahawks. We gonna have him reborn and be a phenomenal running back. It's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be awesome.
Cool. I don't believe it. I mean, good thing. Are y'all gonna pick up Zeke?
First of all, man. Go ahead.
That'd be disrespectful if y'all pick up Zeke. Y'all own division, y'all pick that. Hey, Cowboys might need that. I don't know.
We don't pick up players that wear midriffs, man. We don't do that stuff.
Midriff.
Nah, man. We don't pick up midriffs, man. You see that note from Dak Prescott about, I don't know what is it going to be like taking the field without him.
Yeah.
That's washed up, man. Zeke is washed up, bro.
Pollard took that spot and ran with it.
Look, Anthony Mills says Zeke behind our line. I'm guessing he's a Philly fan. Would be unstoppable.
Philly, stand up, son. Philly. So Pete, let me rewind back. Let's go to you. Instead of talking about the NFC champion Eagles, let's talk about the bums, the Atlanta Falcons.
Yo, so look,
man.
Ever since that Super Bowl loss, we just can't get right. Like, first of all, our players are going to jail for sports betting, which we'll talk about sports betting a little bit later because that's some crazy stuff going on in the world. Then we have Matt Ryan, who had one good year and all of a sudden just fell off like he ain't never played football in his life. Then we lost both our running backs back to back. We lost Freeman. Then we can't get a receiver. Our number one draft pick tight end, Kyle Pitts, all of a sudden look like he in an armpit and can't catch a goddamn football to save his life. We can't find him open in the middle of the ocean. Like, what is going on, man? I just don't Then we have Donald Jones. I think his first name Donald. We have Jones, the linebacker, who's supposed to be really good. I don't know where he's been. We got our hard-hitting safety Neal. I don't know where he's been. So we just have, since that Super Bowl L, we just can't get right. And it's pretty defeating because we don't even talk about, like, at least Philly talk about, and y'all sound like the Cowboys. I think the whole NFC East is like, we're going to be Super Bowl champs before the season. We don't even talk like that anymore. We lucky in 4 games. We got a running back or a wide receiver as our best running back. Like, this is how bad it is. This is how bad.
The good thing is that whole division is like that. Like, especially with Tom Brady leaving the Bucs, Panthers trash, Saints. Like, at least all y'all collectively are like probably like 7-win season teams.
I know. The winner out. It's gonna be like the NFC East. The winner out there gonna win 8 games. It's a race to 8 games, and that's it.
I think the Saints coming out of y'all's division.
Look, I didn't know Sparks was a Philly fan. What the freak is going on?
They just popped up.
I am confused about something. Maybe you guys can educate me. I thought there was an article about the Falcons being placed in the USFL because of their.
Don't do that.
I thought that's what it was.
You so disrespectful.
Don't
do that. Hey, no, don't do that. We probably, you know what's funny? We probably lose out there. We probably go win out there either. Like, you talk crazy. We might be
lose to the San Diego Dragons or whatever.
Right. Yeah, we go to the I don't know, an indoor football league or something. I don't know what we need to do. Look, and then my man, who's this? He gonna talk about the Saints is making some big moves. Who the hell the Saints got?
They just picked up Williams from the Lions, the running back. So they about to have him and Kamara. And you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with my man.
We need to stop doing it, hanging on to these running backs. Like running backs is the thing now.
Hey,
so running back
got some.
Look, okay, Taysom is a gadget player. That's number one. Number two is
they signed Winston for an extra year.
For who knows why, the interception touchdown machine. But the thing, like, we need to stop hanging on to running backs like they're a thing. Kamara was good 4 years ago. The only running back that still gets credit is McCaffrey. He's the only running back. And your boy Henry. I got to give Henry some credit. And because for a player to be the only player on the team and everybody knows he's getting the ball 20 times a game, that boy's still a monster. That boy's still a beast. But the Saints, I don't know. I can't think of are they getting Michael Thomas back? Is he coming back?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think he's getting traded.
That's how bad it is for the Saints. They best wide receiver. Ain't nobody know where he at. He missing. He missing.
I don't know, man. I think the Saints gonna get that division.
Oh yeah, Damian from the Chiefs. I think you're talking about Damian from the Chiefs. That boy's nice. That boy and the other boy in the Super Bowl that beat the hell out the Eagles.
Hey, what's that boy?
What's that boy's name that beat the hell? I can't think of his name. He beat the hell out the Eagles though by himself. He was running through everybody. He a little dude, but he packed a good punch. But so do you think the NFL's the same, or you think the NFL has changed? And Philly Chief, you would know better than me and Dale would know because you can go back a lot further.
So what you trying to say? Because I'm old?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Or you just been watching football. You just been watching football a lot longer. Hold on, for the Chiefs. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Pacheco.
He did us some good.
Oh, Pierce from the Texans. Mills, you right. Look, you educate me. Yeah, he's straight. He a rookie though. I think he a rookie or 1 year. Yeah. Go ahead though. How has football changed?
So I'll tell you, man. I consider myself NFL connoisseur, man. Like I love watching old NFL games, like running backs. They talking about all these great running backs today, like Derrick Henry from the Titans and stuff. But I mean, I'm more of an Earl Campbell guy. Like you got Earl Campbell, Barry Sanders, Walter Payton. Those dudes, man. I mean, they wore less pads back then. And then the rules back in the NFL back in those days wasn't as strict as they are now. I mean, you saw some big hits. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm glad they changed some of the rules now to kind of protect players a little bit more. But sometimes it looks like we're playing flag football out there. And I'll go back again to the one play in the Super Bowl when they called it against us. They should have not called that play, man.
I agree.
That messed up a perfect Super Bowl, man.
Yeah.
They messed it up, man.
I think the refs are okay. Two things I'll say. This is probably gonna go into a next subject, but I think the heightened of sports gambling has gotten into how, especially football and basketball, is being played.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think the heightened of sports gambling has raised for football. We'll take that one, points. Right? Everybody wants to see points. There was a time that I can remember a good game would be like 21-13. That would be like a good game, right? Back and forth game. Now, man, if you don't score 35 in a game, you might lose.
Yeah.
So it's all really about the offense, but I think sports betting has brought that along. Dale, what you think?
Yeah, even Kyrie brought that up like last week, saying how they think it's pretty much put like a cloud over sports because of how much sports betting we're doing and how, and I've seen like from back in the day, like documentaries, how a lot of these people in the mob used to get like college players because they pay them off because, you know, when they go to school, you know, they feeding their family, all that. Like, hey, I need you to keep this game under a total of 70 for your team. And then they can handle that. But as far as the NBA goes, there's been some bets that I've placed and I'm like, especially with the whole Giannis thing. I don't know if y'all remember that play where it got called back.
He got triple double.
But yeah, he went to the other side and he wanted a triple double, and I had the under 10, under the 9.5 for the rebounds, and he went down there and the clock was at 1 second left. He hit it off the backboard, grabbed it, and it had 10 rebounds. So he had officially a triple double. So it's like players now they're playing for the stats and they know it. I don't think they're targeting the bets, but they're targeting, hey, I want to get a triple double this game. I want to get a double double this game. So it's like there's accolades that they want to hit during the game, and it's kind of like hitting heads with the sports betting. So it's like, do you bet or you not betting or just watch the game? So I've actually been chilling. I've just been watching the game. I almost called the Gambler Anonymous number here in a little bit. But
so
that's good.
You know, it's funny. Yeah. I'm about to look this up on my phone because I placed a no lose bet that lost. And I'll try to go to it right now. I'm pretty upset. Mills, we're gonna get to your question. I appreciate you chiming in, man. We're gonna get to your question as soon as I talk about this bet. And Dale, you might know a little bit better than Philly Council will. Hold on, let me open this up. So it was Nuggets to beat the Pistons. They won minus 1,400. The Bucks had to beat the Pacers minus 850 and lost. And everybody played. I mean, those are the bets that really make me mad. The Nuggets had to beat the Nets and lost.
Yeah.
Those bets like that really make me think that something is wrong with the NBA. The Nuggets had to beat the Bulls and lost.
Yeah.
Man, they beat them 4 times out the year, 3 times out the year, and the one time they lose when I bet. I think like somebody has something on my phone they can see when I bet, and when I do, they make sure the other team win. I don't know what it is. I have no idea what it was. Oh, good. Look. Hey, what's up, Darius, man? Derek Donald came in here. If y'all didn't see that episode, check it out. I be taking so many, bruh. And you a basketball player, so you should be knowing the inside of what's going on.
Right. So this quote I wanted to talk to you about with this from the coach from Fairleigh Dickinson, the team that beat Purdue. So this is what he said. He says, the more I watch Purdue, the more I think we can beat them. Let's go shock the world. So he said that, and I think a lot of people look at teams and players and people just in general, and because of what their title is, they think, they can't beat them or whatever, like compare themselves to them just because of their thing. But this coach watched film day in and day out, and he told his players, like, hey, I'm watching these guys play. I think we can beat them. And he instilled that energy in them, and they shocked the world by beating the number 1 team in college, and they were ranked. I think they were 16 in the bracket. So it's like in the NBA, I think it's the same thing. They think, oh, I'm playing against a sorry team. We're going to beat them, and then the other team is more hungry. What's the quote? The wolf climbing the mountains hungrier than the wolf on top. So it's like you got to think about. I guess you're not going to win every single bet. So you just got to take the L's when you can, to be honest.
So if there was collusion, would you think there's more in basketball or in football?
I think more in football. Because the game it's slow. The game is more slowed down. Basketball is like go, 30-second timeout, minute timeout, and it's hard to control, I think. But in football, hey, if I want Julio Jones to catch 2 catches, and I tell him, hey, only catch 1 catch, he can drop the ball. Like, and it could be something that where you can tell that he tried to, but in basketball, it's kind of obvious if you, I don't know. I think football because it's more slowed down and you can control the pace, but basketball just go.
What you think, Philly Council?
No, I thought it was funny because you used the word collusion, man. I'm impressed, man.
What you impressed by? What you impressed by?
You got your thesaurus out there or something? What's up,
man? My goodness. I can't remember the word you came up with last episode.
Hey, man, it's a real word, unlike self-cleaning.
First of all, that's a phrase. That's a real phrase.
No, you use it
They
as a
just don't
word.
go together.
Nah, I agree with Del, man. I think if it more likely it's probably the NFL because it is. I agree. He's 100% right. Slow pace. You can kind of dictate each play and things of that nature. So yeah, I would agree. It would be the NFL. And
That's
it's
funny,
unfortunate because I usually I don't bet on games, but I mean I get why people would see the excitement out of it. I mean, obviously if you win and stuff. But the unfortunate thing is it's gotten so much out of hand that you
Yeah.
wonder is stuff like somebody, what was it during the Super Bowl, before the Super Bowl, people was putting out stuff like, hey, the script was released. It puts
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Oh
a
yeah,
damper on
yeah,
the game,
yeah,
you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I know I'm
yeah.
sounding like an old dude. Like that's the fun in sports, man. It's just the drama of it. But hopefully that's not the case, and it's being
Right.
dictated that way. So
Hey, Mills asked a question real quick. Do you think Giannis did that on purpose? I don't think he's talking about that rebound thing.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's triple double stat pattern.
Yeah.
Because
So you
anyone
think-
else would have just rolled it down the court or just dribbled it out. But I think he knew. His brother probably yelled at him, "Hey, triple double!" Like
So,
he
yeah.
probably did it.
So tell me what you think is worse. Giannis doing that or Zion doing that dunk at the end of the I think they were playing Phoenix.
Yeah, that I like that dunk. He solidified. Like I don't see no problem with it.
But they won the game. I mean, there's like 30 seconds or 20 seconds.
Oh,
Like, he
but
could
yeah,
have dribbled it out.
And for a fan wise, we hardly see Zion because he's always hurt. So I
Yeah.
liked when he did that. He did a windmill to end it. But in a bet perspective, yeah, that 2 points that he scored could have screwed you over. How many X amount of dollars. But I think Giannis thing was worse to me.
yeah,
Hey, I agree with Philly Council, man. I think I don't know how far it's going to go with betting in sports, but I
Yeah.
think pretty soon it's going to take away what happens in the game, and it's going to take away now players will still get paid. They'll still get paid
Yeah.
millions and millions of dollars because they're getting millions and millions of dollars off the court as well as they are on the court. But I think as betting becomes more and more prominent, and I think as more and more states are allowing betting, it's going to become more and more. It's going to become worse and worse for the game.
yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
even the asinine bets you can get into now, like first player to score, you can do live bets like who's going to score next, first 3-point shot. Like, I mean, I'm sure like we don't know a lot of people that lose a lot of money betting, but I mean, I could see people losing thousands of dollars a game on stupid little parlay bets. I mean, it's pretty crazy. And I don't get into it like that. I just usually pick winner losses. I don't do spreads or anything like that. But even that's kind of crazy. But man, you could bet on anything. I mean, I remember one time somebody was what shoes? I think it was who wears all the Jordans? PJ Tucker, I think it is.
Yeah, PJ Tucker. Yeah.
Which Jordans is he going to wear? Like it's becoming crazy where it just takes away from the game.
Gatorade, all kind of stuff.
Color, yeah. So
someone bet 4,000 on that Farley Dickinson team to beat Purdue, and they won $60,000.
See, and that's the problem. Let me tell you the problem right there is it's just like that's just like the lottery. When you hear those stories, everybody's like, I can do it, and they start doing stuff like that, and that's the problem. And so people aren't even fans anymore. Like.
Yeah.
They're just fans of whatever they bet for.
Yeah.
You're right.
And I think that's the huge
matter of
problem.
fact, P, you one of them. Half the time you watch sports, all you care about is you don't even care about allegiance to the team. One, because the Falcons are trash anyway.
Oh, God.
Because of the fact that the bets and stuff like that, you don't even care.
And I'm a product of it.
That's
how I know. So when I was doing daily fantasy football and stuff like that, I was just going for my player. I didn't even care if they were playing the Falcons. As long as they scored 2 touchdowns, we were good.
About that monetary,
they could lose. Falcons could lose by 50 or win by 50. I didn't care. As long as my players scored those touchdowns, I was good. I was good to look. But I mean, I don't know. But I think sports it will always be a part of my life. One way or another. It's just hard to kind of watch now. It really is.
Like there's some type of ulterior motive or what's going to happen, but that's why I stopped betting so I can just actually enjoy the game. And
exactly.
If you put that aside, I didn't even tell you, Pete, I didn't even play fantasy this year with NFL. I was like,
Dang.
let me watch the season so I can enjoy it. Because, like like Philly Council said, like, are you watching the game or are you watching your phone to see if they scored a touchdown or they got your receiving yards? So it's like, let me just watch the game. I'm too sucked into this fantasy and betting, so I was done. So yeah.
And I think that's where the red zone took off. Was because of daily fantasy
Red
football.
Zone. Oh yeah, yeah.
That's where the red zone channel took off.
That was a good idea to have that because people will always tune in. Yep.
Just trying to see if their player
right
scored. Yep, just trying to see if the player scored. Hey, Philly, I want to get into this because I know you're the man with this. Video games and sports. What you think about video games and sports now? And I know your favorite football game, but go ahead.
Well, I will start with Madden. Like there was at one point, I would say like 10, 15 years, probably the last. I'm curious what people think in the comments, but to me, the last great Madden game was the one with Ray Lewis on the cover. I mean, that was revolutionary.
Yeah,
Hit
like
stick, stuff like that. It was, pretty competitive game. But now, since now the EA has the license, there's nothing else out there to compete with it. My personal favorite was NFL 2K.
Yeah.
NFL 2K with the one with Terrell Owens on it in the Eagles uniform, I might add, was the best football game they ever made. And so that's why Madden sucks. And I think the same thing is happening to NBA 2K because that's one of my favorite sports franchises. But it's not as good as it used to be because there's no other competition out there.
What you think, Dale?
Yeah, I stopped playing sports games a while ago. Like, I get frustrated playing the game, and like I'd pass it to someone that I think was next to me, and they end up passing to someone all the way across the court. And I just get pissed off. So I'm like, this is not realistic. Like I used to play like N1 and stuff back in the day, and freaking NBA Jam and stuff like NBA Jam, Blitz, all that stuff. But yeah, once 2K came out, NBA Live, stuff like that, and I started getting older and starting to realize like this ain't how they play stuff like that. So I stopped playing. So I just turned to like Call of Duty, Halo, all that stuff. I started playing like shooting games, stuff that I can control. But yeah, I can't do NBA or 2K, NFL, none of that.
I got your text. You good whenever. 2K is trash now, man. I stopped playing 2K back in 19. It's all money pot.
No, I wouldn't say it's trash, but it's definitely not as good as it was back. Probably the last great 2K games where Kobe was on the cover. That was a really good one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dale had to jump out. He had to go do baby duties. Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's just me and you now. But
yeah, that was the last great one, man. But now it just, I don't know. It just seemed like every year I can't tell if they upgraded it or not. You spend all that money, it's just the same old stuff.
Yo, you remember when you were able to before downloading rosters was out, you was able to go online and go get the rosters, the updated rosters. That was when Madden was good. I think now all they do is change the roster, and it's pretty much the same game. And so when you were able to download the roster and like change, I mean, they changed now, over the air, over the internet, but when we used to play like on PS2, like even PS3, like that was the joint. What's up, Jack, man? Talking about Go Niners, man. Y'all Niners let me down.
Niners is trash.
Yeah, y'all bum Niners,
I'm glad
man.
Y'all got another quarterback now, man. A bunch of y'all other quarterbacks was puss, man.
Hey, they let me down, man. They were supposed to blast the Eagles, man.
They were supposed to, but that didn't happen.
I got the brakes beat off. How y'all get both quarterbacks hurt? Y'all running, y'all.
But yeah.
Man,
y'all, hey Nick, why don't you tell your Niners, man, stop the blood clot crying, man. All that, if we had another quarterback, we would have won. Look,
right.
Y'all need to build y'all better quarterbacks, man. There's a bunch of punks, man.
I'll tell you, talk about sports bet. Niners lost me some money because I bet on the Niners. I bet against the
That's
Eagles.
What you get. That's what
you get. They lost me money in the first quarter. They lost me all my money.
But yo, let me go back real quick. I'm telling you, the best game right now that's better than Madden is NCAA football. Like people still play it to this day. In fact, there's a website that actually modified NCAA. Well, it has updated rosters, stadiums, and everything. It's just a download off the internet, and you just add it to your PS3. It's phenomenal. New music, news broadcasts and everything, and it still holds up to this day. It's awesome, man.
See, I never played that game. I hear nothing. I think that's the #1 football game still.
Oh yeah, NCAA is the last one is just phenomenal, man.
Yeah, that's
awesome
pretty.
Game.
But even what's crazy is how much Madden is now, like how much people spend, and like you said about the money pot, or it's just how much money they get off of Madden football.
That's
crazy.
Yeah,
that's the problem. And it's funny because if a cell phone company was like Apple was a monopoly, like Facebook tried to get charged for being a monopoly, somebody will take them to court and say you can't do this. Nobody's taking EA to court.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy because I would rather play a good football game where the players' names are fake and I just know who they are.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And just have the number in there than I got Barry Sanders on my team, or I got AJ Brown on my team. Like, I'd rather be a good game with fake players than real players in a bad game.
Yeah, I remember when 2K Sports came up with All Pro Football, 2K 12 or 13 or something. But the idea behind it is they used the same 2K engine, but they put old NFL legends in it. So you had like John Elway and Montana. But it was a really good game. It came after like years after NFL 2K because they couldn't get the license. But I tell you, man, I think that's part of the problem. Like, there's no other show in town for EA Sports, and everybody loves football, so that's why people buy it every year, even though it's trash, and they complain.
I do it too.
I buy it every year and hardly play it.
You know what's crazy is these things will get like a half a star on how bad it is. Yeah. Like, they be dubbing them the worst football games ever, and people still pay. And then people pay during the game more money to update stuff and get new players and all this other stuff because they got the Ultimate Football thing, which is now a whole competition that they have, and people win hundreds of thousands of dollars for it. So just like sports betting, you hear about that one player that just bet $14 or $400 to win $60,000 and he won. People do the Madden thing the same way. You see people, little kids that win $50,000 a year for playing Madden, so that's all they do.
I would tell folks in the audience, one thing to consider too is like another good football game they miss out on this Tecmo Bowl. Like,
man, that's
people
the
update
joke.
The rosters every year. I mean, they got updated rosters. You can download them online. I should have brought it out, but I got the last one on cartridge. Jalen Hurts is on the Tecmo Bowl game. Awesome game, man. Full rosters and everything.
But you can't run with the quarterback.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. They got different plays you can use. You can run
they got different plays now?
Yeah, it's been like that.
Last time I played Tecmo Bowl was with remember when Bo Jackson was unstoppable, man.
So I was gonna ask you that. Most dominant player, Bo Jackson or Randall Cunningham? Number 12, Eagles. I'm curious if you in the comments, I'm curious to hear what you think. Bo Jackson or number 12, Cunningham, if you ever played Tecmo Bowl, what was it?
Bo Jackson. Cunningham. Oh, hey, because you're an Eagles fan.
I'm biased. I'm biased a little bit.
Bo Jackson would throw off the whole team. he would run through, and he was so fast, nobody could catch him. And touchdown! Touchdown! Yeah, man.
You always had that one person that knew the trick where you just go back and
forth.
Oh, they used to make me mad, bro. They used to make me mad. Or my favorite, you hike the ball, you drop the quarterback 50 yards, and you just chuck it every time.
Look, my man Chris Pryor, hands down. And then Mills, man, we gonna talk to you. He said he never played it.
Bro, are you bro, I never met you, bro, but you gotta get your life together, bro. You gotta play Tecmo Bowl.
You gotta play Tecmo Bowl, man. I don't care.
You can download on Xbox Live, all kinds of stuff, bro.
You know what? That would be who? I wonder who the company is that came out with Tecmo Bowl.
Tecmo.
Okay, so
Tecmo.
I'm gonna have to look at that. Maybe there's a way to get that company or get the name of it and put it on Xbox. What's the little Game Pass thing or something?
Yeah, what you mean by the name of the company?
Like you go as Tecmo, how much it would cost to buy Tecmo Bowl from the rights to it.
I mean, I hear your point, but it's not even. You don't even have to anymore. Like I said, there's a community online that updates the rosters every year.
But how do I get it? How do I don't even have the
So
game.
that's what I was gonna say. You don't even have to have a Nintendo with a cartridge. If you have emulator on your computer, you just download the game. Hey, not saying I have ROMs. I'm just saying this is what I heard. But anyway, if you find the ROM, I don't know where you would find it. Technobowl.org. I don't know. But if you did, there's a community that update the rosters every year, and they have current names, plays, everything. It's awesome. Yo, you got to play it. I tell you, it's awesome. Fun. Really fun.
He said, sorry you had such a dark childhood. Somebody get this man.
The day right there, bro.
Yeah, that's facts, man. Hey, sorry, Mills, man. You got to get Tecmo Bowl. Like, I don't even know I know you're probably younger than a lot of us.
Yo, hold on for a second.
Yeah. I don't even know when Tecmo Bowl came out. That had to be, maybe 90? Maybe 89? Sometime when Tecmo Bowl came out. But let me ask Philly Council if he knows. Hey, yo, you know when Tecmo Bowl came out? That's Super Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah, but this is the one that they modified online and put it into a cartridge. Now again, I don't condone this type of behavior. It was just a product that was available. But if you happen to have an old Nintendo, you can just buy it online. These are the rosters from this past year. And then you have like the regular version. I don't know if I can reach it without messing something up.
Yeah, don't tear everything up.
But it's over there anyway. But yo, if you in the comments, you ain't played Tecmo Bowl, bro. Yeah. Hey, much respect to Chris, man. You got to get your life together, bro. You got to play Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you'll change your life around. That's pretty corny. If you're used to like Madden and stuff like that, you're gonna think it's corny. But I think for us, we're born around that time. Like that was the jump, and that was the only football. Like the other football game. Remember 10-yard fight or 10-yard
trash? Though.
Yeah, that was the only where you had your players in the box and you try to mimic the way you trying to go.
Yeah. That was the dark ages, bro.
Yeah, man.
The dark ages of football, man. But yeah, I think when Tecmo Bowl came out, they made so many different versions on different platforms. That was probably the standard until Madden came out. Yeah.
But once Madden came out, man, and I remember Madden like 95. Like that was a good game. Where you remember the players were in boxes, kind of like wearing boxes on the top, and you pick which one. That was pretty dope, man.
You mean the passing windows.
The passing window, that's what it's called. Yeah. That was pretty dope, man. But that was back then when we didn't have nothing else. Yeah. So I think that was super cool, man. But
I would argue those probably play better than the Madden today, probably.
Man, I'll tell you, you know what's crazy? It's so, I play Madden. The corner route is almost unstoppable. Just one route is the corner route. The receiver goes up, goes to the corners. It's like unstoppable. And then if you try to overplay it, so you match your defense to stop that, all you gotta do is throw in the middle. So it's not even, it's like, you remember when we used to play like back in 06 type time frame or 04. Was that when Vic was on there?
Yeah, I think it was 04, I think.
Yeah, so there was strategy. I remember you used to do the stupid thing where you used to run the receiver over, you could hike him mid-snap, and he would continue on that route, and the cornerback wouldn't come down to stop it. But at least that was strategy. Like, there is no strategic nothing. Like, you really just get the best, fastest players, run one on a corner route, one underneath. And the corner route is so unstoppable, it's stupid. It doesn't even make sense. And they do, and you know what's bad is when you do the same play over and over.
Oh, like you? I formed twins with the Falcons, like you did in the league we were in way back when.
Yo, I was a beast. That was with Mike Vick. Mike Vick would roll out. If you went to play, I would just run, or I would just throw the ball.
You gonna throw it deep to Peerless Price underneath the crumpler, or you gonna run
Algie Crumpler. Yeah, the same play. But that joint was dope. Same exact play. Yeah, that's funny. I have a product of that day. Maybe
people was trying to throw you out the league for that. They was mad. They was trying to throw you out, bro.
I remember when I went to your boy house who played with he played with the
Wiggins.
No, not Wiggins. It was your boy that played with the Steelers. And he used to sub.
Guy. Yeah,
he used to sub Ben Roethlisberger in before Ben Roethlisberger was Roethlisberger. Hey, I thought we were gonna fight. I really thought we were gonna fight that day. He was so mad. He's like, "Hey, bro, if you don't mind just getting out my house, I appreciate that." I thought this dude was gonna swing on me.
Oh man,
it was
that's
so
when
bad.
Madden was fun back then, man.
Yeah.
You was getting fights over Madden, bro.
Yeah.
I got my. In fact, that's my last letter reprimand I got. It's a fight in the dorms or in the towers because of Madden.
That was your last letter. I just
Yeah,
got
when I
one
was
like a
staff
year
sergeant.
ago.
Yeah,
I got one like 6 months ago. Matter of fact.
Glad
Hey.
to see you keeping the trend going. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, dang, that's crazy. But man, I think we're gonna cut it right here. It was a good episode, man. I had a lot of fun talking about sports, man. I think sports is a big byproduct of my life, and always will be. We didn't even get into the UFC stuff, but that's a whole nother thing, man. How fighting has changed. Now everybody wants to be UFC. It's pretty crazy because when I grew up, it was all about boxing. Now, I mean, there's a couple boxers I watch, but boxing is nobody wants to be a boxer anymore. Everybody wants to be MMA.
Really?
Yeah, everybody wants to just learn how to grapple and everything else, and they want to be more well-rounded. And before, it was just about boxing, man. Boxing was the junk, but now it's like 2-3 fighters that are good, and that's about it. But
that sounds like a hot debate, man, between UFC and traditional boxing.
yeah, and I think everybody will agree UFC is better as far as to what. 100%.
I mean, it doesn't even last that long, at least for traditional.
That's why people
boxing,
think it's better. But boxing ain't the same because a lot of people just sit around. Now, I will say Floyd Mayweather is probably my favorite boxer next to Roy Jones. You know how you know my Roy Jones. But Floyd Mayweather is just the prototypical boxer now. Don't get hit, barely put in any work, and make it through 12 rounds. That's like the thing. Then you got somebody like Tank Davis or Deontay Wilder who just like knock you out early, get an early payday, and be done with it. So it's like you got those two avenues. And now it's all about what's his name? Jake Paul and his brother.
Oh, he's not even a box. I don't even know why people watch them dudes, man. I think they hurt in boxing, if anything.
I think they are too, but now it's about just names. Like
That's
just
terrible.
Fight names, and so people pay for names. But I mean, I don't know. Yeah. He said, see, you don't know. Mills, what's up, bro? I'm saying, Tank and Garcia. I'm gonna talk about this real quick, and we're gonna get off. But I don't know. I always want to bet against Tank Davis because he's always just a hitter. But Garcia is such a technical boxer. As long as he doesn't get hit by the big one, he'll be all right. But if I had to put money on it, I got to put money on Tank. But Tank Davis is a product of Floyd Mayweather. And Ryan Garcia is just one of those Mexican fighters that's just good. He's just really, really good. So they're supposed to fight, I think, next month. But that should be a good fight. But anyway, sorry to the people that got in here late. Yeah, man, Chris said Tank all day. Yeah, I think I got my money on Tank. But sorry for the people that got in late. It was a good conversation. You go back and watch it, and the people that will go back and watch it. Any last words, old Philly Council?
Yo, for all the Philly fans out there, Philly stand up. Don't believe the noise. We lost a couple of people. We going back to the Super Bowl. And this time we going to get it done. And then, I wanted to touch on wrestling, man. Like,
man. Shoot.
The NBA and the NFL starting to turn into professional wrestling. You know who's going to win. You know what I mean? It's like, So hopefully it won't get too much towards that direction. But no, it was a good show, man. And Joel Embiid for MVP. I'll just say that.
Do you really think he'll win MVP?
No.
Okay.
Because he's from Philly, man. That's why I should give me a shirt that says Philly versus everybody, man. I tell you, we don't give him props.
Wait, I'm gonna look up the score right now because I want to see if the Nuggets won. The Nuggets lost. So you know what? And Philly played today. And Joker wasn't even the leading scorer. So you know what? I think Embiid is making a very good late push where Joker had 24, 10, and 8. I mean, he had a good stat line. But he said, when's the next show? This is my first one. I was able to Cat Mills. Appreciate it, bro. When's the next show? So we're looking to put out more content. And we're looking to go into maybe every week, but at least every other week. Philly Council kind of correct me if I'm wrong, but that's kind of the goal. The topics will change as we go along, usually around military focus type things. I know we want to talk about relationships and things like that. Have a couple more interviews with your what's your boy's name from AFES?
Kevin Osby.
Osby, so we got him set up. We got him set up the 1st of April. We got a couple more special guests set up that we'll have come on. But if you and I go onto our page, and we'll make sure we share it out on our personal pages when stuff goes on. But man, appreciate that, man. I hope you're able to tune in some more. But
let me one more thing. So for you folks watching, man, tune into the Facebook page, man. What we're going to try to do is just add in some commentary before the show. So you guys can post some comments and some questions. So case in point, for this show, we put something down there for a bracket. We could put something down there for Ben. If you have experience with that, chime in. We shout you out during the show. We can talk about it and stuff.
Yeah, we always like the questions and interaction because it gets us thinking as well. I wish there was a way for y'all to come in and actually verbally ask it, but I think as technology goes, I'll find some way to do that. That would be we'll find some way to get that happening. But man, I appreciate you being on here. I know it's like your second official show as the UPC squad. So appreciate. Yeah, we got our new little image up here. Let's see if I can make this big. So we got a new image up here. I'll put it in the middle so we don't hide our faces. So yeah, we got that done. I think that's pretty dope, man. We got a lot bigger things coming in. The merchandise will be coming out soon again. So look for the merchandise on our website, unpopularcelebrities.com. Big Mike, Jess will be out next time. So we'll have the full crew out here next time. So that'd be good. But yeah, just look for us on the weekends mostly. But hey, who knows? Maybe we'll pop in there. Something comes up and somebody will pop on here.
Yes, sir.
But good luck to the 76ers, man. I actually got them coming out of the East as my dark horse. As my super. Y'all need Harden to do something. Y'all really need Harden.
I wish we would have touched on that because there's rumors about him trying to go back to Houston, man.
For who?
Harden.
For what?
That's what I was trying to say. He's rumors talking about him going back to Houston. If he does, we're gonna burn his jersey too. So
you know how y'all Philly fans are. Once y'all leave, man, it's like y'all can never come back. Barkley's the only one that got away with it. But everybody else, and Dr. J. Well, no, Dr. J didn't leave. Yeah, Barkley's the only one that got away with it. But everybody else you leave, goodness gracious, it's Rap City.
That's right. You can make it in Philly, you can make it anywhere.
I think that's they say about New York.
No, it's Philly. I mean,
I think that's about New York.
Ask Carson Wentz what happened to that dude.
Who is Carson Wentz? Oh yeah, Wentz. Yeah. Poor Wentz, man. He got traded for Nick Foles, won the Super Bowl, and that boy y'all just threw him to the wayside. Carson who?
That's right. That dude, we almost disowned McNabb too. So, but yeah, Carson, man, what a crazy story about that dude, man.
Yeah,
he was almost MVP of the league, man. Now he's a bum now.
All right, let me close out the show without asking you one question.
Yeah,
your all-time favorite Eagle player. You're going to pick one. All-time favorite.
Man, that's a hard. I would say.
Well, we'll do offense and defense. Go ahead.
Okay, so defense, I would say Brian Dawkins.
Over Reggie White.
Yeah, man. I love Reggie White, but he went to the Packers, though.
See how you are? See how you are? See how you are?
D-Dog is pretty hard, man.
Okay.
I mean, rest in peace, Reggie, man. But Reggie White would be second, but Brian Dawkins. And my favorite offensive player, Jalen Hurts, man. Jalen Hurts, yo. No, I'm telling you.
Out of all the Eagles, what about Westbrook? Wait, what about?
I like Westbrook, but I'm telling you, the way Jalen Hurts carried himself this year and through all the adversity and talking stuff, and I forgot the quotes he made. He dropped several dimes after the loss, and I was like, yo, that perfect example of a young player that's a leader of a team and maturity, man. John Morant need to talk to Jalen Hurts, man. That dude is a leader, bro. Jalen Hurts is the man.
Job, you watching that? That might be. Hey, I'm pretty smart. That's a pretty good comment. I'm gonna have to. That's probably gonna be the intro. John Morant, and he talked Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, John Morant needs some self cleaning done.
Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. Well, hey, what about Harold Carmichael? You don't like Harold Carmichael?
He was all right, man. But I'll put Terrell Owens in front of Harold Carmichael.
So
Donovan
McNabb in his prime, Randall Cunningham, or Jalen Hurts? Which one are you taking in their prime?
Oh man, I mean Randall Cunningham.
Wow.
Man, Randall, man, that dude could punt the ball. Man, McNabb exposed himself in the Super Bowl when he was throwing up on that last play, man. He cost us the Super Bowl, man.
Yeah.
Randall was the ultimate weapon, man. I'm telling you, he was like the blueprint.
All right, well, we'll cut the show, man. We'll get him out here. We'll see y'all next time. Appreciate y'all for joining in. Unpopular Celebrities, man. We out of here.
Out.
Peace.